It's time for your quarterly Wuzzles collection update video, so hurry back. No, don't hit the pause button. No, not the pause button. No.
Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake. If you're returning here, thanks for coming back. And if you're new, I do all kinds of Disney content, including subscription boxes, swaps, hauls, trips, vintage. If it's Disney, we're doing it. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney Afternoon. All right, it's been a little while since I have done an update on my Wuzzles collection. I have gotten a giant box in the mail from my good friend Jennine over in the UK. She is my connect over there and a good friend. She's also a collector of all things Nurse Minnie Mouse and Dr. Mickey. I'll leave her Instagram link below. But a lot of times I end up sending her stuff because I'll buy something for $20 or whatever, and the shipping's like 35 or 40 bucks to the States and like $2.99 to her. So I end up sending a lot of stuff, and she graciously sends it over to me. So Jennine, I am always in your debt. Thank you so much. This is a really good box because this is a lot of stuff I've either been looking for or haven't seen yet. And it's amazing to me how much stuff after all this time is still popping up. Some of you may know I have a giant collection of Wuzzles merch, over 2,500 items in my collection, including artwork and original scripts and development materials. And I hear some of you saying, what are the Wuzzles? And my heart breaks for you a little bit. But the Wuzzles were the very first Disney television animated cartoon that went into development when Disney was finally getting into TV. Essentially, it is the precursor to what led to the Disney Afternoon. So around this channel, we hail it as the great grandparents of what would become one of my favorite moments in Disney history. I'm also wearing my Wuzzles ears made by my good friend Nicole over at Irresistible Magic. Look how fabulous those are. All right, let's get into this. I've rambled enough. You can check out my collection on display over at the WUZZEUM on Instagram. I'll leave that link below. Those are all items that I personally own. All right, so when I was first, this is so gorgeous. When I was first starting collecting, I saw this pop up, and, you know, I think when you first start collecting, you're unsure what price it should be. You're kind of scared to spend like $35 or $50 on a vintage item. This was that item. I watched it, and then it was gone one day, and I kicked myself. Finally, one that came back on the market for a good price. This is the UK Wuzzles Hoopla game, and now it's still, is it still completely sealed? This is still completely sealed in its original 1986 glorious tape, never been opened. But basically, if you look closely, you can see that there are hooks in various places. There's another one. There's probably one. There's at least a couple up and under there. And then if I sort of shuffle this, so there go the rings. They're still in their little plastic. And it stands up, and you know, it's like a ring toss, right? I'm just looking at the artwork. Most of the artwork is artwork we have seen before, meaning there was a lot of sort of standard released artwork that they put out there. Some of the countries, particularly like Finland and Switzerland, did their own artwork for a lot of things like the coloring books, and that's rare to find. Hoppo's in a little bit of a different position, although I think her hands are just redrawn. This pose we've seen before, but the hands like that, but you can see how out of proportion they are to the rest of her, so I'm guessing that's a redraw. But we've got a lot of the Land of Wuz in the background, which is something we don't get, and this packaging is glorious. Look how vibrant the colors still are. This was a good deal. Back is blank. And I'm so thrilled to have this in the collection. All right, moving along, I think Jennine actually found this for me. Jennine's also an expert detective when it comes to finding things 80s. She's found things for Katie over at rainbowbright.net and Shannon over at Strawberry Shortcake. These are people who have extensive collections in like one thing, and they're like, I admire them so much. I'll leave Shannon and Katie and Jennine linked down below. But remember these, like, what do you call that? I think I have one ruler, but I don't think it's this one. And then you have like, is it a times table? You have the old times, cheat and times table on the back. But that is super cool, Jennine. Thank you. And then I found this little thing. It is a little coin purse featuring Butter Bear. And if you don't know, the Wuzzles are a mix of two animals. So she's a bear and she's a butterfly. It's got the old clasp in it. Oh, is there something in there? A little bonus, a little Butter Bear sticker, one of the like sort of puffy ones, but it's definitely seen better days. This likely came from, there were, in the UK particularly, these sort of like cosmetic sets of different varieties. Like one would come with like a hairbrush and some talc powder and a bar of soap, and another would come with like shampoo and a mirror, but then there were some that came with like little coin purses and little like they were mostly like coin purses and like it would be like ponytails or barrettes, sort of like going out. So they would sell them. I have several of the original kits put together, but oftentimes you find the loose items, and my guess is that is where this came from. The artwork is still in pretty good condition considering it's, these are the kind of things we love carrying around with us. So very cool. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. So, there were different versions of the read-along cassettes. Remember, like the little golden books with the records, and they came with cassettes later on. This one I had not seen before. This is, so it's the typical artwork. There it goes. Typical artwork. We've seen that design before, but this has, and it almost feels homemade, except that, a lot of things in the 80s felt homemade. But this has all 6 of the original stories on it. Hoppopotamus plays Detective, Rhinoki's opening night, Ellery's big surprise, and then side 2 contains Moosel's special gift, Butterbear plants a surprise, and win 1 for Bumbleye. All stories read by Neres Hughes. Jennine, who's that? And they were produced by, is there anything on the inside? No, blank on the inside. 1985. Most of the time you got one story on a cassette. These are the books that were released when the plush were first released. Each came with a storybook. This is each of the 6 characters and their stories. So interesting to find them all on one tape. Had not seen that before, so very happy to add that to the collection. All right, we've got 2 things left. Oh wait, what's this? I don't know. Okay. 2 boxed items. I'm so glad for these people who hung on to these boxed items from the 80s. Most of us destroyed our boxes as we played with the toys, but there were some people who didn't. Okay, so this is, have I seen this before? Oh, so this is color cutouts, lots of coloring and cutting, fun with stand-up figures. So it's kind of like complete with safety scissors and felt pens. We'll take a look inside in a minute. But basically they were almost like cutout dolls that you would color. I remember having these here in the States, and you can see that there's some like houses and land, sort of like set pieces. There's Rhinoki's tower there. I'm curious, I had not seen this. It's brand new. Safety scissors, felt markers, and all. Part of me is a little bit disappointed because I wanted to sort of take out the pieces, but part of me is so excited to have this just as you would have gotten it in 1986 or so is probably when this was released. So the Wuzzles came out in 85. They hit the UK in 80, in most of Europe around 86, where they were much popular. Yep, 1986, Hasbro, Bradley, Walt Disney Productions, all rights reserved. That is so cool that those things are still intact. It's sort of odd though, because I'm guessing it must have been double wrapped, or maybe this is how they sold them in the UK. It's sort of less protected, but like the inside packaging is completely sealed and untouched, and then the box is the lid is independent. But those are really cool. All right, so now I have to look for an open set of these, because what I like to do is I like to have scans and stuff of all the artwork, but I don't want to open this one. Tempting. All right, let's move on to the last item. I had seen this once before. Oh, no, actually I hadn't. What I had seen, what I had seen was, I think, Jennine, you found one of these for Katie of Rainbow Brite, did you not? And it is the box has seen a little better days. One just popped up on eBay, I think, with a better box. I may have to get that. I'll keep you posted, Jennine. It's a battery operated projector with 70 color slides. So here's the box, and you can see the projector down there in the corner. It was almost like a viewfinder, but it was, you know, had a light bulb and a battery, and you know, it was like showing your vacation slides. Remember when that was a joke? Uses 3 C-size batteries, not included. On the back, which I think is kind of cool, is they set this up and it says, use this as your screen. So we've got the Wuzzles watching their own show. Let's take a look inside, because this is open. Oh, cool. So I would have loved having one of these as a kid. So pretty basic design. There we've got the logo. And I think the one you got for Katie just had, was it Katie? Somebody got one of these, but the logo is, you know, the sticker is just replaced. We've got the lens. You've got the slot where the slides go in. Now this, okay, this opens, and I guess, oh yeah, so there's where the batteries go. And when you, I'll have to try it out and see. This looks like there's like a slide, this slide, now that I can't get it. This slides a little bit, so I'm assuming that's like an adjuster, or maybe it's an enlarger or something like that. Anyway, let's look at the slides, because there are slides in here. I don't know if there are 70, but there's quite a few of them. And I think they mean each square counts as one. I don't think there were 70. I don't think there were 70 strips. And so you've got, kind of can see a little bit there. That's a little bit better. Some of the designs. And I think they have narration, and then how do I get this car started? Don't miss your bus, Hippopotamus. All right, so they're not related stories. They're just individual slides, and maybe you make up your own stories. There we go. All right. Let's see what they have. So Croc. Yeah, see, did they call this guy Croc? Yeah, King Croc. So there was a mix-up on the design for Croc. This is the original design. It is not the design that went into the show. But in the UK and most of Europe, or at least, sometimes they use both designs, and then other times they used just that sort of alternate design. Yeah, these are just super cool. What's that one of? Is that the whole gang? So you could do your own little slideshow, and the way it worked is that you'd turn the projector on, and you would insert the slide, and you would just push it. I think I have it upside down. Not that it really matters, but you would push it, and then, you know, you could almost see in there kind of what's going on a little bit. So very, very excited to have that in the collection. This was an epic haul of some stuff that I have not seen, and stuff just keeps coming up. Which makes the collecting fun, because it's about, you know, a lot of it's about the journey. this box has definitely seen better days. So I'm going to take a look at that one on eBay again, because I'll do an episode on how you can clean up these vintage boxes. I've been doing some research into that, and there's a great channel called POLLOI from the UK who does a lot of fix-it, toy repairs, cleaning tips. I'll leave him linked down below because he's just awesome. But I've learned some things, and maybe I can share some of that with you. So, thanks for indulging my Wuzzles need. I appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something along the way. Like this video, leave me a comment down below. What was your favorite item from this haul? Did you have any similar kinds of items as kids, or do you remember some of these items as kids? We sort of had equal equivalents, but if you're in the UK, did you have any of these? Let me know. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Lots of really awesome stuff coming up, including the state swap for me is this week. If you haven't been following along with that, there's a 50 state swap going on. We've already had 2 weeks. I'm week 3, and there's 2 more after that. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Hope to see you soon on the next Disney Afternoon.